Howdy, y'all. Jack in here with Trick Studios, and welcome back to another episode of Outside the Hash. Only me today, and it's been kind of a rough week, so today's going to be a little scuffed because I didn't bother doing the spreadsheet or anything. I've had a rough week with the rain and stuff, so my bike broke today, so I had to walk home. That was fun. So let's just get things started. We will start in the fun leagues as always in the AAL2. It was actually an upset. Somehow the Maryland War Eagles beat the Jersey Bearcats 25-20. That's a bit of a shocker. The Wolfpack upset the Indians as well, 68-64. Avengers handled the Stampede 40-26. New Jersey kicked the shit out of Pittsburgh 68-0. What a fall they've had since their winter season where they went undefeated. And then the Carolina Predators beat the River Gators 33-8. So that's a bit of a flipperoo too. So yeah, nothing. No changes at the top. The postseason continued in the AIF, where I think this will be the final game of the season, the extended season. There was no score page, but this is from the end of the game. It was 54-13. Coralville. As you can see, there's like 10 people in the stands. But regardless, so that was that. On to Major League Rugby. I'm not going to do pick'ems in the Fun League right now because I do not want to figure out what the actual schedule was in the AL2. But I will pick all the actual main things. So this week, somehow, LA upset the Hounds 26-24. Old Glory did what they needed to do and beat Anthem 41-19. Seattle beat San Diego 29-25. Houston beat Utah pretty handily 40-19. Miami upset the Free Jacks and 30-19, and then that I think this was technically part of that season this week. Old Glory beating NOLA, but I went over that game last week. So so yeah, that was a bit of a shocker. Let's open up that game. Let's open up this game. Yeah. So possession territory wise, even. It looks like it will one more try for Miami, 2 more penalty goals. So that's your real score difference because they hit same number of conversions. Sean O'Leary, 15 points, led the way. Manuel Arado, most meters. Who had the most tackles? Minio Gomez Vara. Okay. Let's go over Chicago, LA. No big score. Nobody hit double digits. Possession was pretty lopsided, I guess. 9 minutes or more for LA. Territory was pretty even. They just scored more. That's the difference. Mirrors made. Noah Brown, 88. Gonzalo Bertarano, both at 88. Tackles, James Scott, 27. 80th minute. Where was this game? This was in SeatGeek. So Chicago blew it in the 80th minute. That's rough. Rough. So standings. Oh, Chicago falls behind on Glory now, so they've fallen all the way to third in the East. New England stayed up at top, though. Houston still at the top of the West. Points leaders: D'Angelo Luelua, 82 points, still tries. Joey Mano, Jordan Trayton. Lots of Utah on top here. So what? 12, 3, 6, 7, 8 of 12 are Utah players. The other 3 are LA, and then the one Miami. That's wild. And for this upcoming week, Seattle, Houston. I will go Houston here. So I'm just going to highlight those. I will go probably New England still. Okay, Chicago will be able to bounce back. Thank goodness. Utah. I'll go Miami. Ugh. Oakley Dokley. Those. Alright, on to the National Arena League. So this past week, Shreveport beat the Dallas Falcons in a forfeit, but I don't know if they necessarily... So, this game was a bit crazy. It ended in a forfeit because the game was going to go to overtime, but then there was a fight. And since Dallas is like a semi-pro team, they got too many players ejected and they didn't have enough people to play the overtime. So that's how Shreveport won. So, who would have known what would have really happened? The big shocker of the week here was Wheeling beat Sioux City after Wheeling's main quarterback retired. But they also have the first win of the season, or first loss of the season for Beaumont was also pretty big. And then Colorado absolutely smashing Idaho earlier in the week. So, not surprising there. So let's go over those 2 upsets. Let's pull up the game sheets because those are much easier. But can I see summary? Okay, they do have the. So it's pretty much Wheeling all the way. So that was kind of shocking. Jim Summers, who's finally listed as a quarterback, now that he's been Wheeling. 5 of 10, 36 yards, so not really much through the air, but on the ground he had 90 yards, 2 touchdowns, so, as well as a 2-point conversion. So that's what really won them the game there with James Summers' running ability. They were also 2 for 2 on PATs, so their kicker came through, though he missed his extra point. Both quarterbacks played for Sioux City. Neither one was really effective. Both touchdown, both pick. Tyler Lewenstein, though, was a little bit more accurate, 7 of 16. On the ground with Verlin Reed, mostly, which is kind of shocking that Drew Proska only was 3 for 5. Like their backup quarterback was also kicking, so perhaps that's an indicator of why they lost. Columbus beating Beaumont was also a bit of a shock, but I believe this was also Columbus all the way, and then Beaumont made it a little interesting towards the end. Yeah. They did not put how many points they scored in the fourth. But yeah, Beaumont scored a couple times in the last minute to make it close. Carl Robinson, 50%, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns, a pick. He also only had 31 yards and a touchdown on the ground, but their other running back, 64 yards to 2 touchdowns. So he picked up the slack where Carl Robinson kind of fell off this week. Perfect on the kicking game. Vincent Espinoza played very well, 12-19, 136, 4 touchdowns. Marco Lee, 49 yards on the ground, but all three of their runners had decent games, all up above 30. Of course, 22 came on one play for Samuel here. Forston, 4 catches, 79 yards, 3 touchdowns, so he was the number one target this week. Yeah, and they missed their 2 kicks. So let me close out of those. Standings. Beaumont, even with loss, still has a couple game advantage, and then Omaha still has a 1 game advantage over Colorado. I guess it's technically a half game advantage, right? Or it's a full game, right? Because they played one less. Standing statistical leaders: Carl Robinson still your passing leader. Drew Proska still your rushing leader, even with his down game. Kyler Hansen still your receiving leader because he gets all those garbage time yards. So this upcoming week 12, Wheeling, Columbus. I am still going to go Columbus here. Did it not? Okay. I'm going to go Omaha because Shreveport almost lost to the Dallas Falcons. I guess I'll go Colorado right now because they're the hot ones. Beaumont's going to kick the crap out of the Alabama Empire because they are awful. They were awful in the GIFL, and they are playing one of the best teams in pro indoor football right now. So they're going to get absolutely murdered. So let's close those out and head over to the AF1. This week only had 2 games. Oregon beating Washington 52-20, so not even close. Those 2 teams are constantly going back and forth on who can beat who and who can beat who bad. It's really wild. And yet neither one is really good compared to anybody else in the league. And then the Southwest Kansas Storm beat the Villing Outlaws, as I was hoping for. So that was good news for me. Malik Henry, 21 of 30, 197, 7 touchdowns. So Malik Henry for the Outlaws played well, so he's not really the reason they lost. In fact, their defense would be the reason they lost because it was a high-scoring game. So they're what? 1-2 now since Cedar Rapids fell up, or not Cedar Rapids, since Corpus Christi fell apart and they poached their good players. So womp womp. Jalen Morton has returned after his short stint in the UFL. 17-27, 272, 6 touchdowns. He also had 1 touchdown on the ground. They did not have receiving stats put in. Did they have receiving stats put in? No, neither team put receiving stats in, at least not on this. Womp womp. So I'll just close out of that. On to standings. Albany still leading the way, undefeated 8 now. Southwest Kansas 6-3. I believe it is what? It's the top 4 teams that are making the postseason now, or top 6? Yeah. Really, there's 2 good teams, and then everybody else, record-wise. This is really sad. standings page, to be honest, record-wise. So we'll go out of there. Dalton Cole still leading the league in passing by about 150 yards or so over Jalen Morton. Castronova quite a bit back, but his touchdown difference is pretty key, especially since he didn't really play in that 100-point game they put up against the in quotation marks Corpus Christi Tridents. Jalen Morton is leading the league in rushing and rushing touchdowns. Dwayne Brown receiving leader. That's not surprising. A little bit surprising of how much he has over Darius Prince, though, in both touchdowns and yardage. But when you play for the best team, I guess it's not. You're the best target on the best team, I guess, isn't super surprising. Nothing else there. So this upcoming week, 4 games. It's a big slate. I will go Nashville. I will go Albany. It's not going to be as bad unless they sit out again. I'm going to pick with my heart, and I want Selena to win. And I will go Southwest Kansas. So, I am picking good week for the home team. For me. Let's hop on over to Australian football. Gold Coast beat Hawthorn. Sydney remembered how to play football for a little bit. Collingwood won. Geelong absolutely kicked the crap out of Port Adelaide, so I'm going to open up that. Fremantle handled GWS. Western kicked the crap out of Eston as well. So I'm going to open up that. I just want to see what the stat line. North Melbourne held off Richmond there, 78-74. Melbourne beat Brisbane 99-88, and West Coast beat St Kilda 108-80. So let's look at these two slaughter fests here. Oh wow! It wasn't until the second half things fell apart for Adelaide. They even had the lead at one point late in the second. So that's kind of wild. This is what I was more expecting to see. This is domination from start to finish, basically. So, okay. We will hop over. Standings, Collingwood. 8-2, number 1 right now. Brisbane lost again, so they fell back. I don't think anything's changed in the top 8, this other than the order. Sydney moving up. They might break their way into the top 8. They might remember to play how to play football just enough to make the postseason. And bottom still kind of sad. The West Coast finally got their win too. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, over St Kilda. So that's a rough loss for St Kilda. So Bailey Smith, your fantasy leader. Ben King, still your goal leader. Tom Green, disposal marks. Tom Atkins, still your tackles. Yeah. So this upcoming week, I'm gonna go. I still would like. Oh no, am I not able to? I'm not able to highlight these. Shoot. Well, I would go Geelong, go Efton, go GWS, Brisbane, Collingwood, Fremantle, Adelaide, Sydney, Gold Coast. So I don't think I'm picking. I guess Geelong's the one upset. If it's an upset, I'd be picking. But other than that, just the higher team. On to the IFL. This last week, Tulsa held off the Dominic Croft-led Steamwheelers 36-34 on the halfway to Halloween game. So they were some pretty cool jerseys worn by Quad Cities. It's a shame they didn't get the win. Bay Area handled Tucson. San Antonio beat San Diego by one. Held them off. I thought that score was the other way around. Yeah. Or no. It went to overtime, and then Lakea missed the PAT. That's what it was. Yeah, because he went for the drop kick, and he whiffed it. Jacksonville smoked Fisher. Green Bay put up a 70 burger on Iowa. Arizona held off Vegas, and then Northern Arizona somehow beat Massachusetts. Massachusetts has not been good this year, even with their new coach. So, okay, no stats for that game. Womp womp. Quad City still number one, though things have closed. The gap has closed. Now sitting at 6-2, and then Arizona still 6-1, leading the West. Northern Arizona with their first win of the season. So there's that. Let's go to leaders. Passing leaders. Who is leading the league in passing? Max Maylor, Dalton Sneed, Josh Jones. Really down between those two. So Max Maylor is playing it really well. He probably got good rushing numbers too, my guess would be. Yeah, third in rushing. The Max Maylor might be your front runner right now for MVP. Most Ryan Williams who's the most yards, still Ryan Williams. So okay. For this upcoming week, I will. Okay, I can't highlight on this website either. Okay, I will probably go. Probably Tulsa. I will go Jacksonville. I will go Bay Area, Arizona, and then Vegas. On to the UFL. There was a good slate of action this week. Memphis beat San Antonio in overtime. St. Louis held off Birmingham to win by 1. Michigan handled Houston, and then the DC Defenders came away against Arlington 33-30. This actually has locked in the playoffs here with, I believe, 2 weeks to go. This is probably one of the, let's see how Lee Perez did. Yeah, 350, 2 touchdowns and a pick. So Perez puts up good numbers again, but again, had a losing season. We just need to compare Skip Holtz to Bob Stoops, record-wise, as the 2 longest tenured coaches in these leagues. And why one is around with the other? Why are they still both around? When I don't think Stoops has had a winning season yet. I mean, he won a championship because he lucked into it, but he's yet to have a winning season. I don't think he's going to get one here. Yeah, so the playoffs are locked up, as well as the playoff locations, because both Michigan and DC both can't host playoff games. So they are both getting screwed because the games will be in St. Louis and Birmingham regardless. And yeah, that's kind of sucks, to be honest, and not fair. Jacob Taylor is still your total yardage in rushing leader. Jordan Ta'amu, your passing leader. Um, Deion Kane, receiving leader, just barely over Chris Rowland. Um, Blankenship finally missed a field goal though this week. Um, Anything here? Not really. Alright. This upcoming week, I will go St. Louis. I will go it is Showboats. I will still go Birmingham here. Oh, Jamar played well, but I'm hoping Magoo gets to be back soon. I hope he's back by the playoffs. I hope he gets to play a week before the playoffs. And then we will go under Gamblers because I will not pick an XFL team over a USFL team. Alrighty, on to the LFA. My so the Mexicas held off the Archangels 22-19. The Cadillos handled the Dinos 24-12. The Fontaneros, the Osos, handled the Raptors 35-15, and the Galos beat the Reyes 34-18. The Reyes are continuing to be quite awful. Oh, look, they put a little bit more. Almost 400 yards, 320 yards through the air. No fumbles. They did throw a pick. They did get sacked once, but they had 5 sacks, so good. So, Cadillos, Mexicas, Osos, all undefeated. The Mexicas and the Osos don't even play till week 5, and then the Cadillos don't play the Mexicas until week 7. Or no, the Mexico Osos don't play till week 6, and the Cadillos, Mexicas don't play till week 7. So, this theoretically is going to be a 5-0 versus 5-0 game in week 6, and then this could be 6-0 versus 6-0 or 6-0 versus 5-1. So that will be interesting when we finally get to the good teams playing the good teams. Epler is leading the league in passing right now, over 100 yards, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Harrison Robideau, 700 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. For the Cadillos, Trayvon Boykin is actually playing well for the first time in his career. I've seen him play well, so 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, no fumbles. What a world. Maybe the Galagos were just really bad. I will go Mexicas here. I will go Cadillos here. I will go Dinos here. I will go Osos. There. So, easy pickings there. Okay. We will hop on over to the X League where their Green and Pearl Bowl are still going. But so this is the Green Bowl. I had to read that real quick. It's green. So this is locked up because Panasonic won both their games, so 2-0. So we will have a battle for second place here between the Phoenix and the Challengers. I guess based on the two scores, it's probably going to be the Challengers because they scored a touchdown at least and they didn't give up as much. And then in the Pearl Bowl, so you have the two loser games and then the two winner games. So that's going to be. Could not apply highlight. There we go. Frontier. It's going to be Obic. Um, I still probably going to lean IBM. And then Oriental Bio will beat fake Ohio State. And then I guess I can pick the Pro Bowl. I will go, yeah, Sekisui. I do not want to right now. Not right now, at least. All right, and then we'll head over to the ELF for their week 1 of play. Warclaw beat the Inthoners 55-12. Rhine held off against Paris 17-15, so they have definitely taken a step back, losing obviously their two best players. Madrid held off Hamburg 13-12. The Nordic Storm may be the new top team after they took the two past MVPs 56-12 over the Mercenaries. Obviously, Helvetic wasn't great last year, but Berlin. I want to show Jacob Sullivan's stat line because he killed it 63-14. Munich beat the Raiders 20-7. Vienna handled Prague 28-6, and then unfortunately for me, my Galaxy got beat by Stuttgart 33-20. So Bart Andrews did not start off great here. I think it comes down to our quarterback play just still not being great. But yeah, Jacob Sullivan, 22 of 24, 413 yards and 7 touchdowns. This man absolutely killed it. And I wish he was still in Frankfurt. So yeah. Yeah, it's not really close. They got, yeah, fell apart in the third. Let's go to box score. Yeah, 14-19 for Hennessy. Touchdown, no picks. Moved it on the ground, yeah. Okay, yeah. 21-32, 177, 1-1. Yeah, so we just need to improve our quarterback play. I was really hoping out that Case Cookus would end up here, but that was too wishful thinking. So this is what the divisional breakup is right now with the winners and losers of week 1. So even with Frankfurt's loss, even though it is in division, excuse me, bless me, they're not out of it because everybody else lost except for Stuttgart. So not worried yet. Yeah, so Jacob Sullivan has a 200-yard lead. He has a 150-yard lead over anybody else right now. Yeah. The upcoming week, obviously I'm going to Vienna there. Easy peasy. Do I want it to be Prague? I want it to be Prague, but it's going to be Hamburg. Because I don't think Prague is, it's going to be Madrid too. As much as I want it to be Frankfurt. We can go Nordic. I think Paris will beat Stuttgart. I will go Berlin. And I'll go Raiders there. And then that wraps it up. I don't have any clothing statements to make, so I will hope to see everybody else